Hello there, Aries. Thank you so much for being here today. We are going to look at your week in the world of tarot for February the 7th through the 13th. We are going to be starting with Saturday and Sunday together, the weekend, and then we will move forward to the week. We're just going to have one card per day. We're going to see what kind of messages come up with that card. I've been doing this type of service for the public since 2012. I have a blast with it. Let's see what shows up. By the way, of course, this is a collective reading, so not every little thing is going to apply just to you. If you hear something that just doesn't apply and you just know there's no way, man, then don't stress out about it. Just know that somebody needed to hear whatever it is that I'm talking about right there. Okay? So let's look at Saturday. What we have showing up here is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords just says that you are finding out some new information on Saturday. And this is finding out information that, somebody is probably giving you some kind of message, whether they're talking to you in person, emailing you, or whatever. For me, this card is not really doing research or anything like that. It's information that is just coming into you. Okay? And when we have that coming up, this is going to be information that is going to make a difference in how you're viewing something or in how much you want to be involved in something. So it's not just, the sky is blue type information, but it's something that is significant and useful. Next, we're looking at Sunday. Here we have the Eight of Coins. Isn't that interesting? Sunday's supposed to be a day of rest, y'all. That's what I was taught when I grew up. I grew up Catholic. But I recognize that that is not the way everybody believes. And also, that's just not the way the world works anymore, is it? Like Home Depot's open, the gas stations are open, the grocery stores are open on Sunday. When I was a little girl, back in the 70s, 7-Eleven opened, and we were all shocked and amazed it was open on Sunday. It was open from 7 in the morning till 11 at night, which was some outrageous hours as far as we were concerned at that time. It was a total pioneer. So anyway, just got a little sidetracked there, seeing the Eight of Coins come up on Sunday. This just talks about that, whether you're actually at work working, or whether you're working on your own business, or whether you're doing some charity work or volunteer work, or maybe you're working on something around your own house, some kind of project, something like that. There's definitely some kind of work that you're doing here today, Aries. All right, let's go into the week now. Starting with Monday. Monday's a really good day for you to be patient. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Things could go a little bit slow. You could find a little bit of resistance or a little bit of obstacles to a lot of the things that you're trying to accomplish today. So patience, diligence, persistence, that's going to kind of be the name of the game. It's just going to take a little extra elbow grease to get things accomplished today. Also, by the way, if you were thinking of going into work on Monday and saying, hey, boss, wouldn't it be great if you gave me a raise? Nay, nay. This is not the day to ask for a raise, a promotion. This is not the day to ask somebody to marry you. This is bad timing. There's just too much resistance in the energy for today. Excuse me just a second. Oh, I have to figure out. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember where my mute was. Anyway, let's look at Tuesday. Here you guys have the 10 of clubs in reverse. Now, this is interesting because this talks about dropping accountability for something or dropping some kind of responsibility. I have had it come up where somebody forgot to do something they had agreed to before when this card came up. But a lot of times this is walking away from something or putting it down for a very specific reason. Say if normally on Tuesdays you take your parents out to go grocery shopping, and on this particular Tuesday they have somebody in from out of town visiting, and so that person is doing the driving and taking them out grocery shopping. It can be something like that where there's a perfectly good reason to put this down, at least temporarily. All right, so it doesn't have to be like, oh, I forgot to do whatever, although it could be. Also, this can be walking away from something that maybe you were accountable to before. This could be walking away from a job. This can also be walking away from a relationship if you feel like it's just not a good fit. This would be putting down any accountability that you would have had towards that other person you were in a relationship with. So something here where you're putting down some kind of responsibility. And with this one card, I don't know if this is a temporary responsibility or more of a long-term one. It does feel like for most of you, I'm going to say it's temporary, like 80% of you. It's just like a one-time, we're not doing this today type of thing. But all these cards come in ranges of meanings. And so just because for 80% of you it's temporary doesn't mean there won't be an outlier there that, this is, I'm telling somebody to take this job and shove it type of thing too. That could also be happening. All right, so let's look at Wednesday. Here we have the King of Cups showing up here. So this is a really interesting card. Is this Aries or is this someone they're dealing with? Okay, so you've got somebody in your sphere of influence on Wednesday, Aries, who is very in touch with their emotions, how they feel about things. Those types of inputs are important to them. How they feel about people, how they feel about things. They may be highly intuitive and get little intuitive nudges about, who has good character and who doesn't, what they want to be involved in and what's not a good fit, all that good stuff. When the King of Cups shows up here, I feel like this is someone that you're kind of consulting. And if you're not asking them questions, they may just be handing you some information. And this is going to be information around the psychology of people or the emotions of people, maybe information around a particular relationship, but maybe information around, what goes on in people's minds in general and the best ways to deal with that in a sane way. Hopefully, hopefully sane. All right, now let's look at what's today. That's Wednesday. So now we're looking at Thursday. Here we have the Queen of Swords coming up, Aries. Once again, this is somebody that you are interacting with. I'm not seeing this so much as you. And this is somebody who is very logical oriented. Everything needs to make sense for this person to go forward with it. And she can be very nurturing, but not in a very warm and fuzzy type of way. She just doesn't have that type of personality. If she's going to be nurturing, it's going to be in a matter of fact type of way. Like if you come into her house and, she might say, "Are you hungry?" And you would say yes. And she would be like, "Well, there's some food in the cupboard. Go ahead and heat it up." Type of thing. Or maybe she would heat it up for you, but when she puts the plate down in front of you, there's not going to be a lot of warm and fuzzy that goes with this type of nurturing. So this person that you're dealing with, she's great to ask for advice, he or she, because the court cards really don't tell you the gender. But this person is somebody that's great to ask for advice on things that are more detail oriented, business type stuff, taxes, anything like that. Some of you actually could have an appointment with somebody like this. You could be doing your taxes, or you could be seeing a lawyer, or maybe having an appointment with the doctor too. Sometimes these can be indicated because they have to pay attention to details, especially a surgeon with that big blade there could be. But that's going to be different for all of you who you're actually talking to. And for not all of you will it be an appointment with a professional. Some of you, this will just be someone in your sphere of influence that you're getting some good advice from. Now, looking at Friday, what do we have? Here we have the Page of Cups coming up in reverse. Very nice card to have coming up for Friday. This just says that you're letting somebody know how important they are to you. So maybe you've got somebody that's special to you that's having a birthday, could be a friend, family member, romantic partner, whatever. Or, maybe you're just doing something very impromptu and off the cuff. But we do have something where you are definitely letting somebody know how important they are to you. If you guys would like to have a reading with me, you can find all that information on the website right there. If you would like to sign up for my newsletter and get my weekly predictions that are just for my newsletter people that come in writing, then you can sign up for my newsletter on my website. Check out all my services and everything I have there. If you need a reading, I'll knock your socks off. I would love it if you would book with me. Everyone have a fantastic week. Peace.